MD Prepper here, discussing my thoughts on having just 3 firearms in an SHTF situation. I've seen plenty of videos about which 3 you would choose. Usually see the pistol, rifle, shotgun loadout. Sometimes that centerfire rifle will be changed out for 22, etc. So I've thought a long time before I made this video, and I think I've got a somewhat novel solution, or option I would say. First of all, let's go ahead and cover handguns. Obviously, you need a handgun of some sort. Yes, rifles and shotguns are more useful for range and taking aim and self-defense, but sometimes you don't want people to know you've got a firearm. You're going to town, you're going to the store, in some kind of emergency situation, you're probably going to want a firearm on you, but you want something easy to conceal, or relatively easy to conceal. Now, there's lots of little pocket pistols out there and all, but a little too small and a little impractical if you need to shoot anything at range or engage anything at range. So you need something that's not too big, not too small. You need something that's just right. For me, there was only one choice for that, and that's the Glock 19. Now, you can go Gen 3, you can go Gen 4, who cares? But the Glock 19 is the most popular Glock the Glock sells. Highly versatile, just small enough to conceal carry, but big enough to get a good grip on and be able to hit targets at range with, compared to say a baby Glock or something smaller. We'll take obviously the 15 round standard mags that it takes, and we'll take the Glock 17 round mags, and can also take the 33 round mags, which are also lots of fun if you need them for extra reloads and such like that. So plenty of firepower there. Anybody can work on it. Parts and pieces are easy to swap out. They're very easy to find, very common. Lots of other firearms use Glock magazines, etc. And 9mm is the most popular centerfire handgun round out there. And the hollow points are nothing to sneeze at these days with modern ballistic technology. So, Glock 19 all the way for a handgun choice. Nothing else came close in my line of thinking to this one. So, let's slide that out of the way. Now, for my other 2 choices of firearms. First one, AR-15 lower. Now you may say that's pretty obvious, but why just the lower? We'll get to that. Let me go ahead and jump into my third firearm choice. My third firearm choice would be another AR-15 lower. Okay, 2 AR-15 lowers, that's 3 firearms, and now the fun begins. The AR-15 platform is without doubt the most versatile shooting platform for a centerfire weapon today. No rifle comes close for the versatility. You may have complaints. We could sit here and argue AK versus AR all day long. I can do more with an AR-15, hands down. This is 2 firearms. This one's my plum crazy lower, polymer, for $100. So before you start complaining this is getting too expensive, not really. Of course, I'd prefer 2 aluminum lowers, but if you can only afford the $100 one, well, that's fine. Lowers are relatively inexpensive. Plum crazy. Plum crazy has them for $100. Palmetto State Armory, about $250 or something like that, and get some deals on their blemished ones. This is an Anderson manufacturing one that I bought for $50 as a strip lower and just added some Magpul equipment. So if you're looking $250 a piece, that's only $500, and then we get to have fun with uppers. Okay, any number of uppers are available. Obviously 5.56 would make the most sense for a single standard round. Gives you range, gives you capacity, easy to shoot ammo, reloadable ammo, etc. If we want to go with cost effectiveness, I would say 2 uppers for each AR. I'd get a 5.56 for each, so you got some compatibility there, generally versatile round. If I had to get something other than a 5.56, the next one would probably be a 300 Blackout. 300 Blackout is a much better round in close for personal defense and engaging people who are shooting at you. Better than a 5.56. Within 200-yard range, it's probably the best out there. Uses the same magazines, uses the same bolt. Everything but the barrel is the same, so all your parts are interchangeable. Okay, which is another point with these AR lowers. I only have to stock parts and replacements for these 2 for my rifles. I don't have to have shotgun parts for my shotgun and AR parts for my AR, and how many parts and spares and replacements and springs am I going to need. I can stock up on just AR gear. Okay, AR magazines, because the 5.56 and the 300 Blackout generally use the same magazine. Bolt carriers are the same. Firing pins are the same, etc., etc., etc. So all I have to worry about is keeping my ARs up and running. One goes down, no problem. Easy to switch off to the other one or repair it. Cannibalize my other uppers for spare parts if I need to for some reason. So as far as keeping something in the fight and keeping an operation, an AR is 2 ARs rather, is definitely the way to go. Extra magazine springs, etc. I don't have to worry about all the parts for a third weapon. Now, I would say, since uppers are not that expensive if you look around, you can get a upper without a bolt carrier for $250 or so to $300. I would say a minimum of 2 uppers per rifle, 5.56 for each, a 300 Blackout for the other, and probably a 22 upper. They're not as cheap as they used to be, though. Prices have gone up. I've not seen really any good deals on the uppers recently. These are easier. If you put an optic on it, probably have a scope. I've been using it for varmint hunting, those types of things. If you really want to be cost efficient, though, you can buy the CMG little drop-in kit and get some extra mags, obviously, for the 22 to handle your foraging and small game collections. Problem with the CMG drop-in is it's not going to shoot to point of aim with your already installed optics on a 5.56 barrel. So you need to know the number of clicks to change it, whether using a red dot or scope, what have you, and then switch it back. That's kind of a pain, and you kind of don't want to forget to do that when you go back to your main rifle caliber. So I would probably go for an upper with an optic on it, but you know, whatever. This makes good sense because uppers are fairly easy to carry around. They're fairly easy to transport. You put them in a duffel bag, etc., and switch out your backpack, your EDC kit, you know, get home bag, just any number of things you can carry extra AR-15 uppers if you need them to swap them out. And again, just redundancy. Once you learn how one works, you're good to go. You're going to ask, why not a shotgun? Well, yes, shotguns are highly versatile. They are very versatile, but they're only versatile at short range. You don't have very good long range options. You say, well, in an SHTF situation, most stuff you're going to be doing short range. That's true. That's 100% true until it's not. Okay, man with shotgun runs into man with rifle at a range of 100 yards. Guy with a shotgun is going to be very sad. The range is necessary. You're going to need that. You say, well, what about taking birds? What about all the various things that you can do with a shotgun? Well, I can do those with an AR-15. Maybe not 100% as well. I'm not going to be taking birds in the air. I can shoot them on the ground with my 22 drop-in or extra barrel. I can take small games with a 5.56 round. I can slap in a 300 Magnum upper, 300 Blackout, sorry. There you go. Hogs, bigger things, personal self-defense. I can put a 50 BMG upper on one of these if I want to, which is a little crazy, but you could if you absolutely wanted to. You've got 50 Beowulf, you've got 458 SOCOM, just on and on and on. The options for an AR-15 are virtually limitless and can fill just about any role that a shotgun may be able to do, but this is more versatile. Carries more ammo, quicker to change out magazines, just generally a better fighting tool than a shotgun. There's a reason that soldiers march into battle with rifles, and there's a reason that SWAT team typically uses rifles and AR-15s. They're just so versatile. Anybody can work on them, and anybody can shoot them, especially in the 5.56 loadout. So you say, well, I can handle my 12-gauge shotgun or whatever other option, centerfire rifle you choose. Well, not everybody else in your group might. If it's you and your wife and your kids, the wife and the kids can almost certainly be trained to shoot an AR-15 accurately and reasonably reliably. So versatility. You may not be the only one using the firearm. What if you're sick? What if you've got the flu? What if you've got a broken arm and somebody else has got to do the defending for the family? They may not be able to handle that shotgun. AR, yeah, I'm not worried about it. They can figure it out. So those are my choices. You know, don't hate me for not choosing a shotgun or a 22 rifle, but I think 2 ARs and a Glock is probably the best way to keep your gear up and running with spare parts, etc. Out there. Fairly easy to have all the stuff laying around and fairly easy to maintain on your own. Obviously, lots of accessories and spare parts exist out there, and 2 common calibers, at least the 5.56 and the 9. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Duty Prepper out.